This item in my inventory here is a bank, and this is from Bank Storage. So what does the mod do? Well, quite simply, it adds some banks into our game. A bank 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So a bank 1 is made with coal and a barrel, and you can see it has a stack limit of 256 with number of item slots 9. Whereas a bank 2 has a 1,000 item limit and 18 slots, going all the way up to Netherite at 1 billion items with 108 slots. So let's take the coal one as an example. When we go in here, we can see our 9 slots. And I can shift click or just click and drag in oak logs, for example. And that is now in the bank. So it does say here 256. So I can add up to 256 items per slot. Whereas the Netherite version can have up to 1 billion items in one slot. Obviously of only one item type. What I can also do is hit my keybind and change it to build mode. Can you see on my hotbar at the bottom, there's no extra little box, and when I hit the keybind, there's suddenly 2 extra boxes? This is build mode, meaning I can actually use the items in my bank to build with. And I can then hold down the scroll button, the scroll keybind, and then scroll with my mouse wheel. Well, it helps if I have put some other stuff in here. Go back to bag mode, put a chest in, hold down, go into build mode, hold down the scroll button and then use your mouse wheel, and I can scroll through the slots in the bag. So I can then build with chests. Go to options, controls, keybinds, and look for bank storage. So cycle build mode, that is the keybind where it will go from build mode to randomized build mode. Maybe you're using cobble, mossy cobble, and gravel or something to make a nice aesthetic. Well, that would cycle, that would do a random build mode. So you could put all those items in the slots and just build in build mode, and it would place them randomly. Then we have, or it would choose the block randomly. We have enable block selection scroll. So that's where you hold down keybind 8, for example. I've set these myself. They were all not bound for me. So do look at the keybinds if it's not working. Enable block selection, I hold down keybind 8, and then I scroll with my mouse wheel to scroll through the slots. And I've got keybind 9 to actually enable build mode. When we go back into if we go back into bag mode, we go into here, we can say pick up everything, meaning if I throw this glass on the ground, or these ink sacks even, it won't pick it up into my inventory, it will go straight into the bank. I can also say filtered, where only items already in here will be picked up. So now it would only be glow ink sacks, chests, and oak logs. If I throw the ender pearls, they will actually go into my inventory instead. We can also say void any overflowing items. Maybe I don't want any more than 256 oak logs, and it will void any more that I pick up. Or we could say don't pick anything up at all. We could also sort by the amount of items we have in here, by the mod, by the item count, by the name, etc. So very, very simple. If you want to deposit all of your items into maybe a chest or something like that, we can use other mods to do this, but there is actually an item called a bank dock. So what we could do here is we can right-click it into the bank dock, and it will go into here. And what I could do is set up item pipes, maybe from Mechanism or another mod, and I can put that to export, and it will export from the bank dock, or from the bank that's in the bank dock, I should say, into this chest. And that's a great way at actually putting your bank storage into your storage systems. Of course, you don't have to use Mechanism. You can use any mod you like. I'm just using that as an example, and I can shift-click it to get it back out. There is also bank links. Let's say I wanted to link up this bank and this bank. Well, I can make a bank link like this using any kind of bank, and it will make a bank link. I can then use that bank link like this to make another bank link, and these two will be connected to each other. Meaning, if I put this one in here, it can link it to this one, for example, which is really cool. So to show you this in practice, I'm not sure I explained that properly, to be honest there. Let's say I've got my bank 1, which I've shown you, that's got the glow stuff in and oak logs, etc. I can make it like this, and it's called a bank link. Okay, there we go, bank link. Now, basically, when I open this bank link, what you'll see is it's connected to this, my bank. I've got another bank in here, let's not get confused. So I've still got bank 1, as you can see here, bank 1, with the items in, and I've now got the bank link, which is linked to that bank. So whichever bank you craft it with, I can now access via there. and then I can put in the bank into here, for example, and maybe I could put the bank into here, let's say, where it's extracting all of the items, but I actually have my bank link here, where let's say there's just wood in there. See, the bank link is automatically taken out. So let's say I'm out farming, and I could just go, all right, with my bank link, I could just right-click it to open it, put in my oak logs, and I know now that elsewhere, the bank is being extracted from. So I can be out on my adventure, using the bank link as a bag, but it's actually going to be extracting into my storage system back home. There's a proper explanation. You have to see it to believe it in this case. Now let's have a look at the Bank 7. This is the Netherite one. As you can see, absolutely gargantuan in slots, and can store up to 1 billion items in each slot. And it's basically an upgrade system of Netherite around a diamond one, diamond around an emerald one, emerald around gold, gold around iron, iron around copper, etc. when making the banks. And there we go. That is bank storage. Thanks for watching, and before you go, I just want to say, if you want to join the Patreon in the description, that really helps support the channel, and you get access to our premium servers like this one here, which is currently ATM 10 at the time of filming. Of course, if you're watching a year after posting, it could be ATM 11, 12, or even maybe 13. We also do offer free-to-play servers, which you could just join the Discord to get, and if you'd like your own server, then check out the description for our G Portal 10% off with my link. Lastly, if you're new here, don't forget to check out the channel. I have an insane amount of mods available. As you can see, loads of tech mod guides, magic mod guides, utility mod guides. There is literally hundreds of guides that I have done. My goal here is to do every single mod in Minecraft.